When I was diagnosed with cancer, they called and told me. And I was like, oh, you just call? You just call people for this? I thought it was, come on in, we need to see you. And they said, yours is very aggressive and we need to get this going. So your next appointment will be scans, biopsy, and you're going to meet with your cancer panel. I was actively dying, and then all of a sudden I'm listed with all these other things I have to do. I'm not even listening. Not even listening. I don't even know who I am anymore. You completely change in the course of a 5-minute phone call. I had no idea that you could get tongue cancer until they told me I had it. And I was like, what are the warning signs? If you have a bump, a blister, anything in your mouth that does not heal in 2 weeks, go get it checked out. Mine wasn't painful at first, but it starts to grow and it was starting to rub against my teeth, and that kind of hurt. And I also had swollen lymph nodes, and sometimes you could have ear pain. Tongue cancer is usually diagnosed at later stages because we don't know enough about it. My dentist told me not to worry about it because I wasn't a smoker and I wasn't over 60 years old and a male. So because I didn't have any of the risk factors, he didn't think it was cancer.
Jamie lost half of her tongue in a difficult cancer battle.
I did do radiation. So when they remove the tumor, they'll send it to pathology, and it came back that the cancer had infiltrated my nervous system. So we did 30 rounds of radiation. This is me. This is my head. For head and neck radiation, they make this kind of mask that is very skin tight, and they bolt you in. Notice the bolts there onto the radiation table. And this is probably at week 3. And again, I did 6 weeks of radiation. I'd rather do surgery every single day than go through head and neck radiation again. My taste is forever changed. But during this time, most people will get a feeding tube because your mouth is full of blisters. You can see I have the blisters coming out my lip. My skin was charred. Those are open blisters on my neck.
She shares her story to spread awareness for often overlooked oral cancers.
And you're just depleted of energy. It's awful. Think of like the worst canker sore you ever had, but covered in your mouth nonstop. I lost my speech at this point, so I was talking like because I didn't want to open my mouth because it was so sore. Straight liquid diet. I would drink really cold milkshakes, vanilla, because everything else tasted, it tasted like metal, but anything else was just like rotten sewage tasting. So 30 rounds of head and neck radiation. And I still have this guy. I gotta do something with him, make it into art or something. It was awful, but I did it so I could prolong my life to be around for my kids. And if you have to go through it, you just have to get through it.
She has shared how tongue cancer has changed her voice.
It's just super terrifying to know that I won't sound the same, and I'm gonna have to relearn these things that we take for granted, because I will be different coming out of this, but it's not gonna break me. So I'm gonna keep talking as much as I can.
And I'm hoping that I'll be able to sound a bit better in the next couple of days. So John's gonna help me.
Talking about how ready it is to be a mom, and I realized I did it all while sitting in my...
3 years ago today, I had an appointment with the ENT about the bump on my tongue. 3 years ago. This is what I sound like today after having to relearn how to speak, chew, and swallow food. I know I sound different than that girl in that first video. I know that I'm completely different. Like the aura vibe in that first video than how I am now. So different. If you don't believe in that stuff, like I can see it. I can feel it. But I'm here. And if you weren't to know my story and you were to just meet me today, would you have known that I had to go through all that? I knew I could do it. And here I am, sounding better than I thought I could ever sound.
We're so glad to see Jamie doing better and advocating for others suffering as she did. In the comments, people had nothing but kind words of support for her, with one person saying, "My God, you are so strong and beautiful and well-spoken. So happy you're still here." While others shared their own experiences, saying, "I'm so proud of you for bringing awareness. I lost my husband 1 year ago. He fought this horrible cancer for almost 4 years. As always, thanks for watching Happiest. If you liked this video, then make sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok pages for even more incredible stories like this. And if you've got any videos of your own you want to share, be sure to send them in.